This was a rigged trial by a conflicted judge who was corrupt. It's a rigged trial, a disgrace. They wouldn't give us a venue change. We were at 5% or 6% in this district, in this area. This was a rigged, disgraceful trial. The real verdict is going to be November 5th by the people. And they know what happened here, and everybody knows what happened here. You have a Soros-backed DA, and the whole thing, we didn't do a thing wrong. I'm a very innocent man, and it's okay. I'm fighting for our country. I'm fighting for our Constitution. Our whole country is being rigged right now. This was done by the Biden administration in order to wound or hurt an opponent, a political opponent. And I think it's just a disgrace. And we'll keep fighting. We'll fight till the end, and we'll win.
All right, listen. I might get a lot of slack for this, but hey, I'm just reporting, right? I mean, a former president, right? Donald Trump is convicted of 34 counts, right, of falsifying business records. Okay, took him just like after 2 days. This was happening in New York. Deliberation 48 hours. Now they said never before has a former American president been convicted of a crime, nor has a major party candidate sought the presidency with a felony record. Now the overriding question now is, okay, whether it will upset Mr. Trump's chances in this year's race, because that could be the plan, and then President Biden get reelected for another 4 years. Ooh, that's I don't know, man. That's gonna be the biggest thing here. All right, so give me 1 second, because people say, can he still run for president? Now, I don't think he's going to serve any type of jail time personally. It might be a first offense. I don't think he's going to. He may just do like probably probation, some fines, and a little bit of house arrest. Now they said, like I said, according to this, right, he still can he still run for president? According to the requirements, you could be a natural born citizen, at least be 35 years old, and be a U.S. resident for at least 14 years, right? Now, he meet those requirements, but they said arguably another criterion laid out in the 14th Amendment, where it states that no one who has previously taken an oath of office who engages in insurrection can be an officer of the U.S. But the U.S. Supreme Court ruled earlier this year that Congress will have to pass a special law invoking this prohibition. That's not happening anytime soon. So Judge, I believe Juan Merchant has scheduled Trump's sentencing for July 11th. Okay, so which happens to be 4 days before the start of Republican National Convention. This is huge. That is scheduled to take place in Milwaukee. It's technically possible, although perhaps unlikely, for a first-time offender that Trump could be sentenced to prison time. That's what I'm saying. It's first-time offense. They're not going to, plus the type of money influence he has. It says CNN senior legal analyst Ellie Hong said most Class E felony convictions, the least serious type of felony in New York, so it results in non-prison sentences. So often a combination of probation, fines, and community service. As a former president, Trump enjoys lifetime Secret Service protection, and he will continue to get protection wherever he is, according to Anthony Guillemey, Chief of Communications for the Secret Service. And I quote, it says, today's outcome has no bearing on the matter in which the United States Secret Service carries out its protective mission. Our security measures will proceed unchanged, Guillemey said in a statement to CNN. There's also a precedent for presidential campaigns. Goodness gracious, man. Yeah, so, I mean, he's been convicted of this 34 counts. Wow, this, oh my goodness, man. Now, some people was asking too, like, I think CNN was talking about this too. Can a convicted felon vote? They said it depends. So in the state of Florida, because he's a resident there, in the November election, it would depend on whether he is sentenced to a term in prison and he has finished serving that prison sentence by the time of the election. You know, right, it's in 5 months from now. So each state makes its own rules. I don't know, Governor DeSantis gonna allow him to vote. But even though Donald Trump's name is not on the Ohio ballot too. And like I said, I just think personally, I don't know if good things are going to happen, because if President Biden wins another 4 years, gets reelected, people might walk back to this and say, oh, well, this was all planned by his administration, and this is a plan to sabotage Trump to the point that, Biden can secure the election. And they believe that the election was stolen before. All right. Now, Trump is now a Florida resident. Florida voters in 2018 overwhelmingly backed a referendum to re-enfranchise convicted felons. That is true. They passed that. But Republican lawmakers who control the state's government first delayed and then qualified the re-enfranchisement by requiring that felons must pay all fines, though, and fees associated with their sentencing, right? So they can at least have the ability to go back and vote. It depends, man. This is going to really hinder a lot of things. I don't know if he's going to run for Oval Office again. I mean, that's just wild to me, man. I mean, you even look at these other small jobs, too, like state government, any job in general. If you're a convicted felon, it's too much. There's only so much you can do. I mean, maybe temp jobs, but I can imagine you trying to be a commander-in-chief, of the country. They're going to be doing that strict background rules. You can't even join the military in most branches, if you got a felony record. But like I said, man, all of this, like I said, could be applied to a twist. I know some Trump supporters are probably going to be really upset about this, but I'm just reporting what I see. And personally, in my personal opinion, man, I mean, kind of seen it coming. I just think that President Biden might win another 4. I just think the way it's going. I know some people might not be a big fan of that, but it's what it is. But that's all I got to say. I mean, 34 counts, all guilty. I thought he was going to be guilty on some, but because that hush money trial and the Stormy Daniels and all this stuff, man, I don't know. Fannie Willis, she did her thing too. In Georgia, I know some people have their issues with her, as a successful prosecutor. But hey, I'm going to read this a little bit. It says, there are still a lot of people who are confused about their eligibility, and that's why we continue to work with the state and election professionals to fix the system. We're going to see, man, the falsifying of documents, home getting seized. It's been a wild ride, man. But I know people wanted some change, too, because, people are really upset. That's probably another video I'm going to talk about, the inflation that's going on. I do agree with my boy Steve imposing at least a flat rate tax of 8%. And those are really good, too, because if we can still pay our state government workers, federal workers, police officers and stuff like that, eliminate the property taxes, eliminate, the sales tax, income taxes, man, so we can have more buying power in our money. And inflation is really getting ridiculous. You got the money, we spend billions of dollars every single year, sending to different wars. All that money could be allocated for, like, homeless veterans. It could be, affordable housing for people, tiny homes, especially for Gen Z and millennials that's coming up. Trying to be homeowners. I mean, things are really expensive. So at the grocery store, just simple stuff. Whoever wins the presidency, can you address these issues? I do believe in strengthening the border, things of that nature too. It's a lot of things, man, that we need to, kind of work on, man. But we have to see. This is really going to be interesting here. But I just want to go ahead. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole Donald Trump thing. Please be respectful in the comments. And, do you think this was a setup, or are y'all surprised about this? And you think President Biden probably going to definitely secure the election in November and win again? So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. It's your boy, Young Lee Jr. I love y'all. I'm out. Deuces.